Taurus, what's going on? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, and I'm here to bring you your November 2021 Silent Enemies reading. I hope all is well in the Taurus community. If you are already part of the community, thank you so much for the continued love and support that you show and all the various ways that you show it. Thank you so much. For those who are new, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you'll subscribe and hit the notification bell. I do post weekly, so there's always fresh content on the channel. Most of the people who are subscribed to this channel are on a journey of spiritual improvement, spiritual awareness, spiritual consciousness. And so as a result, most of them understand that the people who are in our lives or who we connect with, many of them are karmic in nature, meant that they're sent to us to teach us a lesson. Once the lesson is learned, we separate from these people and move forward. These people are the people who are closest to us, family members. There are many people who are dealing with karmic connections with family members, lovers, that's obvious, co-workers, colleagues, business partners, neighbors, landlord-tenant scenarios, okay, your kid's teacher, all right? Somebody who's in your energy on the regular basis, and whenever you're around this person or you connect with them, you get intuitive nudges about something with them. Now, if this is somebody you care about, you definitely want to check your intuitive nudges regardless, because if this is someone you care about, perhaps you ask them, hey, what's going on? I feel like you're not your usual self. You okay? They may say to you, yeah, you know what? I'm going through some things right now, or blah, 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 or yeah, my mom pissed me off today. But it would be like a situation where it would be like more than one occasion where you're around them and you just sense that something is off. So investigating it and finding out that it's okay, this person is just going through some things. Maybe they just broke up with their ex, or, maybe they, lost a court case, or, something that would turn someone's energy, right? And so you realize that, and then maybe, worst case scenario in that situation is you may need to spend some time with this person. You may need to connect, but just to show them that you're there for them, right? That would be the absolute worst, which in turn would be good because you're showing your love and support for the people who are closest to you. In opposed to a scenario where you get intuitive nudges about this person and they come repeatedly and you don't investigate it, and you find out that this person may have deceived you in some way. They took advantage of you in some way. They put you in a situation where you will lose or you will have lost. And you're like, damn, I thought you were my friend, or you were supposed to be my family, or, I thought you were my homie, and had you been paying attention to those intuitive nudges, you would have realized it. Because we always recognize in hindsight something that we may have overlooked or let go. And a lot of times it was an intuitive message, right? So we want to focus on paying attention to our intuitive messages. So I'm going to put 3 cards out here. We're going to see what messages come out. If it resonates with something that you may have picked up an intuitive nudge about, then, investigate that intuitive nudge. If none of this resonates with you and what's going on with your world, then that's cool. Check another video out. We got plenty, variety of videos on the channel. Or check your other placements for this style of video, okay? So let's see. 2 of Cups came out in reverse. That's Cancerian energy. The second card that came out was the Ace of Swords, Aries, Leo. Ooh, what am I talking about? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then we have the major arcana of the Devil energy in reverse, Capricorn energy. We'll talk about that. We'll start with this first card. Now, I'm going to tell you what I get intuitively from all of these cards individually, but of course the situations can be merged. Just depends on how things relate with you. So with this 2 of Cup energy, it came out in reverse. Now, this is showing up as a silent enemy reading because you could very well still be involved in a relationship with someone that's not going anywhere. All right, Taurus, I feel that strongly. I feel like you're in a relationship for many of you, or a connection where there's no love here. You two constantly fight and argue. I feel like for some of you, you're not even interested in each other. So why are you still in this connection? That's the Devil energy in reverse over there. I guarantee you it is. So remember I said that, and then when we get to the Devil, I'll come back to this, because I feel like for some of you, that's what it is. Part of it has to do with this Devil energy in reverse. But yeah, there's a connection here, whether it's a love relationship. It's someone you care about. So it doesn't have to be a love connection. It could be a family dynamic. You're still dealing with this family member for what? You know what I'm saying? Because they're family. You can't stand this person, but they're family, so you continue to deal with them. Well, if that's the case, then you can maintain, a certain amount of distance from this person, love them from a distance. You don't have to answer their calls if you don't want to. It's all about what you want to do. But I feel like there's a energy here of people dealing with each other who just don't like each other. It's like for whatever reason they're dealing with each other because they have to, or they feel they have to. All right, and that's just pretty straightforward. This Ace of Swords energy, this is accepting the reality of a situation. So I feel like in this situation, these two energies are related, but for some of you, it could be separate. But there's a reality check here. Okay? Or somebody's hiding the truth from you. Somebody's not being honest with you. Or somebody is trying to stress you out in some way, shape, or form. It could be that somebody's not telling you something too. But I feel like for some of you, what this is, though, is just the harsh realization of something. The harsh realization of, is like, why am I in this connection? Why am I still here? I don't really love this person. This person don't love me. Why am I still here? Why am I still dealing with this person? The fact is, they don't care about me. I don't care about them. We don't get along. Why? What's going on here? And I feel like the reality of the situation is maybe something that you may not be looking at, or may not be able to accept, but we'll clarify this and extend it and find out what this could actually mean for you, because the Ace of Swords, it could be a couple of different things, right? But there's definitely some clarity or some truth that is either being denied to someone by choice, or someone is refusing to accept the reality of a situation. Or, when I said by choice, someone's purposely hiding something. This could be paperwork too as well. There may be some paperwork that you get. It could be divorce proceedings. For some of you, it could be that you get this and maybe you don't sign the paperwork. Somebody maybe is refusing to sign the documentations that are required for you to go through a legal divorce or a legal separation. That's what I get for some of you. Some of you have to be careful of the ideas that you're coming up with. Whatever it is that you're doing, you want to investigate. The idea is great, but you do want to tap into the other side of Mercury and make sure that it makes sense by tapping into the Virgo energy of Mercury. Some of you are tapping into the Gemini side by coming up with all these ideas. Oh, I could do this, I could do that. Maybe I could do this. Okay, let's do that. But tap into the other side of Mercury, okay? And which is Virgo. And make sure it makes sense. So do the calculations. All right. Don't decide to do something or declare doing something and you have not really investigated the validity of it, if it makes sense. All right. Because that's what the earth energies are about. Something practical doesn't make sense. All right. I feel like this could be communication coming into that is going to put you in a position where you're going to have to move forward. And I feel that there's a stagnant energy here because this Two of Cups in reverse is telling me something stagnant for some of you, not all of you. But I feel like there's a energy or a reality check of, okay, I have to move forward now. I have to let this go. So for some of you, that could be a difficult thing to do, or it could be difficult for the person you're dealing with to accept the fact that you got to let go. You got to move on. There could be some type of communication that comes through. Be careful. Somebody may want to try to reach out to you or communicate with you. They could be lying to you about something. All right. They may not be telling you the truth. Or they could be, telling you what they want you to know so that they can try to control your response or your reaction to a certain thing. So just be careful of the information that's coming in. Make sure you run it up against your higher self to make sure it makes sense before you act on it. Because I feel like you could be being told false information just to get a rouse out of you, to see what you're going to do, to try to dissuade you in some way, shape, or form. The last card I have here is the Devil energy. It came out in reverse. This is Capricorn energy. So Capricorn is in your 12, 11, 10, your 9th house. And you got Pluto there. So there's some type of change going on, whether you like it or not, in your 9th house. This change has to do with, the 9th house has to deal with your higher mind, your philosophical views on things, your spiritual religious beliefs. Okay, could also have to do with long distance travel or writing or publishing. There's some type of communication is also what I was talking about. So these could be related. So there's some type of change going on that you may be fighting. And that could be because you're not accepting the reality or don't want to accept the reality of a situation. For example, it could be that a relationship is over, you still stay in this relationship. It could be because you're staying for money. Okay? And that's why I said, I didn't tell you to remind me, but I said I would get back to that point that I was going to make about the devil energy when I was talking about why you're still in a relationship where there's no love here, you don't get along, you two don't even like each other. So if it's a family dynamic, it could be because of money or because you're family. But if it's a love situation where you're living with somebody or you still seeing them, it could be because of financial security. Somebody may not want to lose the financial stability that they had or have with this connection. So I feel like for some of you, with Pluto in your ninth house, going in and changing your mindset about things, plus Uranus is in your first house, making you rebel against things you're not comfortable with, things that keep you from being you and that keep you from moving forward and progressing. Okay. I feel like some of you are changing your mindset. You're changing the way you look at things. Money is not everything. That's for some of you. So yeah, that's what I'm getting here with this devil energy in reverse. Is that money is not everything. You're coming out of the mindset. You're also coming out of you need to come out of a toxic relationship. There's some type of toxic relationship that you're dealing with. Okay? And for some of you, you've come out of it and this person may be having a hard time dealing with it, or you've come out of it and you're having a hard time dealing with it. Because Taurus, if you think about what's going on right now, we're in Scorpio season. Taurus is you're the opposite polarity, okay, of Scorpio. Scorpio is the opposite polarity of you. You're the opposite polarity of Scorpio. Basically, in a nutshell, what Taurus is Taurus is the physical possessions, the physical manifestation of something. The opposite polarity of Scorpio is you dealing with it psychologically, what it does for you. Like you buy this nice ass car. That's your possessions. That's Taurus energy. What you own. You guys rule the house of what you own. Your physical possessions, right? Your money. So you buy this nice car. Why do you buy this car? Because psychologically, on the flip side, the Scorpio side, it does something for you. Okay? And so what happens is now, say your car is repoed, right? Now you got to deal with the psychological ramifications of not having that car in your physical possession anymore. So this is basically what a lot of people are dealing with right now. Whatever physical manifestations they had, it could be material, but it could be relationship too. Because people look at their family members and their lovers as their possession. You are with me. I own you. I'm, not to the negative extent, but, your kids, I own you. But the flip side of not having that anymore is dealing with the psychological ramifications of it, and this is what Scorpio season is bringing us. So some of you are going to get used to or have to deal with the fact that you may end up leaving a job, getting fired from a job, but you're going to have to deal with the psychological ramifications of no longer having that stability at that workplace environment. You may know something is up, but you keep messing around there anyway. Some of you could be dealing with some type of racist or prejudice energy in your workplace. I picked that up earlier in one of your other readings that I did for you this week. So I'll have the readings put up on the screen at the end of the video. But check that out if you're dealing with that. Because I feel like somebody's dealing with some type of discrimination at work in some way, shape, or form. It could just be like nepotism, something like that. Or it could be downright, you being discriminated because of, your beliefs, your ideas, your views. This is why they say in the workplace, you should never discuss religion and politics. I know that's an old thing from back in the day, but it stands true because you discussing how you feel about religion and politics, somebody somewhere in your work environment that you're talking to is not going to agree with you and they're going to be offended by your views. It could be that you may think, okay, I don't like certain types of people. I don't like them because of my experience with them. Right? And somebody could say, well, how do you judge them all like that? And you could say, well, look, everyone that I've had an encounter with, it's been negative. And that could be your truth. But the other person who's a part of that group that you're discriminating against or that you don't like may be part of that group. And they could look at you like, yo, this person is whack. And so, it makes for a ill-seated work environment. And then, the work environment is full of cliques and people who hang out together anyway, who hangs with who. And let the word get out about how you feel. It could, interfere with you applying for a position, because in the end they're gonna pick who they like. So you got to be careful how you express yourself at the workplace. And some of you don't care. You loose mouthed. You think people care about your opinion. And even if someone asks you, just tell them, look, I don't get into those type of conversations in the work environment, and step off. Because trust me when I tell you, many people have lost jobs. Many people have, and this is, they could, oh, well, I'll sue them and take them to court. Good luck trying to prove that that's what the case was. Because you got to show physical, tangible proof. You feel me? So a lot of people know how to teeter that fence where it's like illegal versus not illegal. A lot of employers, or they know how to do this. They know how to teeter that fence to keep you out and to fire you or get you, you know what I'm saying? So some of you are dealing with something like that. There could also be something going on at the job where your moral and ethical being, you know better. But there's something else going on. There's something holding you back. And I feel like what it is you're changing your mindset, and that toxic energy that's holding you back is going to let you make a better decision and say, okay, I understood that that's what that was. This is what this, if I look at the sword energy, like when I look at it, I look at how would this affect you Gemini wise? How would this affect you Libra wise? How would this affect you Aquarius wise? So when I spoke about the Gemini energy, I was like, you got to be careful of, not, okay, you may have all these bright ideas, but you need to make sure that they work. That's why I said you need to tap into the other side of Mercury, and tap into your Virgo energy and look and see if this idea is going to make sense, right? So I feel like for some of you, what's going on with the Gemini energy is you may have looked at, okay, I may move this way, or maybe tomorrow I'll move this way, or maybe this way I'll move this way. Maybe that was your lifestyle. But now with the devil energy here, making you look at your morals and your values, and coming out of toxic energies, you're changing the way you look at things. You're changing your perspective, right? And so I feel like that's what's going on for some of you. You're going through a major metamorphosis. We're going to go into the extended. I'm going to pull 4 cards for each to get additional messages to see, what else Spirit has for you. So if this resonated as is, feel free to click the like button. Leave a comment on how it resonates if you would like. If it didn't resonate, again, don't worry about it. Check your other placements. You're not just Taurus. You have other placements in your chart that have a direct effect on what's going on in your world. If this is not the reading for you, then take a look at the screen. As we close out, you're going to see 4 other videos that are related to the Taurus energy for the month of November. So with that being said, excuse me, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. The link to the extended is in the box below. If you need a personal reading, my information is down there as well. So I'll see you guys in the extended. If not, I'll see you in the next reading. Later, Taurus.